My name's Kerry Williams. I'm with Edward Jones and started the BNI Referral Masters chapters. I guess Jason and I sat down officially in March of 2010, launched in beginning of November 2010, so it took a little while. Started the chapter because I really felt in looking at how I wanted to drive my business forward that relationships were the key. Anyone can cold call, anyone can pick up the phone or knock on a door, but getting to know people and having them understand what I do and how what I do is different from a lot of other people, I felt was just super important. And it really, I felt would help clients be comfortable with who I was before we even sat down and talked after that point. And BNI is the center for that. It's the best at what it does, which is help people build relationships, get to know businesses, and from there help hundreds of people around every city that have BNI chapters. I think we were given the name. I don't think there was any reason whatsoever. I think Dave Donnelly, who was the director prior to Pat, when he set up this list of people that were interested in starting a BNI chapter, which included myself and Jason and a couple other people, I think he just assigned the name and we just never changed it. So I wish there was a better story than that, but there isn't.
I was interested in starting a BNI chapter because I'm lazy. I don't do cold calls, and I think that doing word of mouth networking and referrals is just a smart way of doing business, and you're leveraging yourself, and ultimately you'll be more successful.
It's people across, all three is people. I've been to a lot of BNI chapters, and I was inspired by a ton of BNI chapters in order to start our own, but I don't want to toot our own horn, so to speak, but the people in this chapter are unbelievable. You can literally get on the phone, put an email out, tell somebody you need help with something, like doing a chapter of the year video, for example, and people will just step up and they'll just say, yeah, I can get that done. Who else can I bring on board? It's the people here, they make their businesses and they make our BNI chapter, and because of that, we're successful.
Honestly, I tend to look at it as like, okay, referrals, awesome, but knowing and having the support of other strong business leaders, to me, is the clear benefit. The dollars and cents that come through the door, that's a bonus in a way. But we've got such a great group in our Referral Masters chapter that I've learned a ton from already, and we've only really launched for about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I guess the best thing about BNI for me would be the quantity of orders that I get from just within the group, as well as the great referrals that I get from everybody for outside business, which has enabled me to grow my business even further by getting referrals from those people that have referred me to people they know.
How much time have you spent personally trying to put together this chapter?
Way too much. I have colleagues and mentors who tell me that I need to start doing a lot less outside of my business. But for me, BNI and the boards that I sit on and things, that's why I'm in the business I'm in, right? I want to be able to build things based on relationships, and I want to do it in a way that I can give back to my community, right? And BNI lets me do that. So I spent a ton of time. I don't know if I could put an hour figure on it, but I would say at a minimum now I do it 5 hours a week. And when we were really starting it up, it was way more than that. It was probably 10 to 20 hours a week of that. Yeah. So it's a lot.
What's your favorite part about BNI?
My favorite part about BNI, it's not the lunches, I'll tell you that much. After a while, it gets to be the same thing over and over again. But my favorite part about BNI is the chicks.
Okay, my name is Lori Hankey, and I joined the Referral Masters group because it started at a little tiny boardroom table office meeting where there was maybe 5 to 8 people, and from there I got attracted to the energy of the group and how dedicated people were to their businesses and how excited they were to grow and give referrals to each other. So we met week after week and brought new visitors and grew until we had enough members to launch. And I think it's really exciting to see the passion and to see the energy from everybody in the group every single week.
Referral Masters began when Carrie Williams and I first met at a Focus 5 just networking course that Dave Donnelly was giving, and from there we met up with Pat Stride at one of her West Wing meetings, and we said, Pat, we want to get going here. And Pat worked really hard with Carrie and herself, and over time we started from a very core group of 4 or 5 people, and now we're at 34-ish or so. So we're doing well.
The starting a chapter stuff, it took a lot of time, and even after it started, the first few months are tough, because you're working through the challenges that you face as a chapter. But the best part from a president's point of view is the people in our chapter have really just stepped up. They've just said, "Yeah, you need me there, no problem," and that's been amazing, because it could be a full-time job getting that chapter started if you let it be, and I haven't had to. Jason and I sat down to decide what our membership was going to look like and who our leadership team was going to be, and asked people to step up into roles, and we didn't hear a complaint at all. It was just, no problem, I can do that. So that's been the most amazing part as a president.
I first heard about BNI from our chapter president, actually. He invited me to one of the meetings before our chapter even launched, and one of the very first, he said, "I think you might be interested in this." And I had just started a new job. I was trying to get new business in through the door, and it seemed like a great fit.
The main comment has been that it's for being a large chapter, it's a really well-run chapter. As far as, I heard loud and clear when we first started, people wanted us. They wanted to come in, they wanted to get BNI business done, and they wanted to get out to their business, which is what we need to do in order to have members' respect, as well as to ensure that they're in tune to what BNI is trying to do. And so we've tried to do that the whole way along, and I think that's one of the main comments. We also get a lot of comments about referrals. We have a chapter that people just understand referrals, and they understand keeping their eyes open and ears open for referral opportunities. And so our number is large, but even the number of dollar figure is large, but even the number of referrals is quite large as well, which I think is great, because you want both of those things for sure.
I would say it's almost getting to be like a group of friends, a group of people that you really can trust. I love having meetings with my power group, my power team. I think there's some great things in the future that we can do together. And these are great people in small businesses that I would have never found any other way.
One of the biggest things that I found that I absolutely love through our group is how passionate people are about their businesses, and how it's not about them, it's about giver's gain, and it's really about helping other people with their businesses, just to know that the more you give, the more you get, and the more it'll help you grow your business too.
I'd love for us to have retained most of our members. Things happen in life. I think Pat has said in the past that about 20% turnover is fairly standard as far as kind of life happens situation. But I'd love for us to have our core group, have added in some really good members who flesh out the power teams, and have just stellar numbers. Just numbers that just knock things out of the park. That would be great.
What kind of number?
I would love for us to do $1 million in our first year. I don't think that's out of the question based on what we've done. We've done 200,000 basically our first 3 months, about. So $1 million in our first year, I think, is great.
Okay, so BNI Referral Masters is apparently the largest launched chapter in Canada. So we had 30 plus members at launch date, and we've only grown from there, and we're going to keep going.
Top 5 things about our chapter are, one, first and foremost, the people. Absolutely amazing, unbelievable. The dollar bills rolling through the door. It's phenomenal that we've only been up for 4 or 5 months and we've already done over $200,000 of closed business. And then in order, the way people dress, they're sharp dressers. How sexy everyone is, it's just unbelievable. And how hilarious our group is. We've got a group of people who are, if I may say, extremely funny and fun to be around.
So I think, what makes us a great chapter, and the reason we deserve to be chapter of the year is partially because of the success, the numbers, right? We've got $202,000 in referrals in 3 months, basically. Well, 3.5, I guess, as of February 24th. Numbers and referrals overall is huge, but and we're one of the largest chapters, which is great. But I think the next 9 months to us getting to a year will be where we really show that we deserve to be chapter of the year, because we're going to keep our members, we're going to keep them happy as we possibly can, make sure they're building their businesses and growing, and at the end of the day, that's what we want from any BNI chapter.
Referrals, wonderful referrals. Excellent BBIs and infomercials.
Awesome people and awesome businesses.
4 months, $202,000.
Yeah.
Great lunch.
And amazing friendships.
Well, if we're going with grammatically correct, it would be Referral Master rocks or Referral Masters rock.
Yeah.
But since Idris isn't here,
Damn it!
Referral Masters rock.
yes. Whatever. Anyway, on 3. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. What are we doing then?
Whatever you want, a flourish of some kind.
You want money?
We want money.
Jazz or money or whatever. Okay, ready? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I pretend to be a humble guy. It's okay. I know we deserve to be chapter of the year, but I don't think any BNI chapter can be successful without the support of all the other chapters and them doing what they do really well.
The great things about being part of a group like this is the drinking. It's the drinking. Going after, a long week. You've got your buddies from all different aspects of business, and you can sit there and talk about some of your successes, your failures, and who's ordering the next round.